let's talk about the non-communicable diseases and how this is taking a lot of lives and how you can even ensure that you are out of it. I've been joined in the studio by someone who has dedicated his time to really doing a lot more on helping people to stay away from all of this. Prince Ishmael Daima is, is a nutritionist, and I see a dietitian. I mean, I say nutrition. And I see, what's your company name again?
Health Plus Africa.
Health Plus Africa.
Yeah.
Well, so how troubling is this? We've seen a lot of issues about non-communicable diseases, but you see at first hand all the people who are going through this. How troubling is it from
Yeah, so thank you very much. And then good morning to your viewers across Ghana. It's very troubling. I'm sure last week you saw a release by Global Burden of Disease that sought to put Ghana statistics, health-wise, that stroke now is a leading cause of death in Ghana from 2013 to 2023. I think the research was done for about 10 years. And stroke, which is a non-communicable disease, is a leading cause of death in Ghana. You would know that the chief cause of stroke is hypertension.
Okay.
So what we need to do is look at how, as Ghanaians, we can buffer ourselves against hypertension. Statistics currently tells you that about 48% of Ghanaians suffer hypertension.
48%
of Ghanaians suffer hypertension.
What causes hypertension?
So whether they are aware or not is another thing. So you may even have it without knowing until screening is done on you.
Okay. Okay.
Right? The chief cause of hypertension is anxiety, stress. Then you can also look at the dietary factors, what we eat currently, our shift from the traditional diet or meals to now the fast food industry, the junk foods, laden with bouillon cubes, laden with high salt, we call that sodium and all of that, right? And then we can also look at our, we are changing. We are becoming like the Western world. So we have a lot of officials sitting and not even getting up to exercise. So sedentary lifestyle, it's one of the causes of that, the hypertension, because often than not, you sit in your office because of work, you are not getting up. But it is ideal or recommended that at least you get up, do an exercise for at least 20 minutes. Every office worker has about 1 hour break. That is enshrined legally. So if you have that, take some time and then exercise. Just take some walks, take a lot of water, do away with the fast foods that we are talking about and go to our traditional diet. I mentioned hypertension as the chief cause of stroke, but there are other causes as well. Diabetes, it has twice a cause. The nature of diabetes is that it works and tries to clog the arteries in the veins that carries blood to the brain. Now, a single minute of blockage of any of the vessels carrying blood to the brain can lead to about 1.9 million cells, brain cells dying. 1.9 million brain cells dying a minute.
Just a minute?
Just a minute of it. And cholesterols, high cholesterols. People have high dyslipidemia, but they don't even know.
So what you're calling for is what? Regular checkup, or we will know. If I'm diabetic, will I know?
Yeah, so for now, we are looking at the causes of stroke, basically the NCDs. And then what we can do now is to do constant screening. In Ghana here, we have a bed occupancy rate of at least twice. Go to the hospital twice in a year. Now, when you go, you request for some screenings to be done on you. If you don't do that, you might just be taken by surprise. Cholesterol, how would you know you have cholesterol? You might have the symptom, maybe some part of you is aching you, maybe some headaches or stress. But to be sure that it is hypertension that is destructive or that is worrying you, get to the hospital. We have done that at Health Plus Africa Care. We have done that And I think recently, which I made some talks about in other sister media stations, we received an award from UK. We had partnership with Ministry of Tourism and Creative Arts. We conducted a sensitization session for them, the senior management staff, works and housing as well, sanitation then. And we sought to scale out. All these things are online, which you can just come across them. Now, what we need to do is involve the stakeholders, our chiefs, our pastors, people who heal. Sometimes they come to them and they're like, I have this, and they will tell you, we can pray to heal you. No, please, some of the things, we all have faith, but some of the things the hospital need to see them. And then, if we are doing that, we have to cut down on our sodium intake, which is one. We have to have enough time to rest. The last time we were speaking, I told you need to have time to rest, right? You need to eat the Ghana Medi diet. There's something we call the Ghana Medi diet. When I say Medi diet, Mediterranean diet, it has to do with a lot of veggies and a lot of fruits. We have a lot of veggies in Ghana and fruit in Ghana, cabbage, carrot, lettuce, spinach, and all of that. The leafies actually go in there and serve as dietary fiber that absorbs all the sugar that is in you, and thereby preventing diabetes.
So we should eat a lot of these leafies.
A lot of leafies.
But now we are even scared of eating them because of what's happening.
Yeah. So the recent research on the issues of heavy metals and all of that. You see, there are isolated cases of these things, right, in Ashanti, in areas that minings are there. But then you can't say you won't eat them. You only have to draw caution. It's better to have the leafy, prevent diabetes, prevent hypertension, prevent high cholesterol, right, than
not have them at all.
Yeah, not to have them. At least you have what will provide the antioxidant buffer against the diseases. So if we begin to shift and say because of the heavy metals we are not going to be eating fruit and vegetables, then our problems are going to be many.
But I mean, are there things that I could feel in my body that should give me an indication of maybe getting close to suffering a stroke or maybe hypertension, diabetes, or whatever? Are there things I can feel?
Thank you very much. I think those are called signs and symptoms in a clinical setting. For instance, if you are looking at for hypertension, which is high blood pressure, you can look at for headaches, stress, fatigue, sometimes migraines are there, you are not just yourself in a day, and then you report, Some people are just restless, but then the signs and symptoms vary from individual to an individual. But the key cardinal ones are, one, if it is hypertension, look out for headache, right? Majorly. Look out for, any pain that you see that this is unusual of me. If it is diabetes, you look out for polyuria. There's a lot of urine output, a lot of excessive taste, sleepless nights, sweats unnecessarily or profusely, and all of that. So basically, these are some of the things we can look at, to look out for. But in terms of cholesterol, it is very difficult to tell when one has cholesterol. Some people would experience some pain in some parts of the body. Somebody might not even experience anything at all. The best thing, of course, headache is a precursor to most of the diseases we see, especially the non-communicable diseases, right? But some people may also have stress at work and then have migraine. You may also just even be tired and then there's a migraine you have. Any of those things, please just get to the hospital to be for some labs to be run on you.
Don't just go and buy a painkiller.
No. So the abuse of painkillers is actually what is causing these kidney diseases that we are talking about. One of the leading contributors of kidney disease is an abuse of NSAIDs, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory disease drugs, which we call painkillers. Don't do them. I beg. You've also drawn my attention to the sweet beverages we take. Our country is laden or is indoctrinated with sugar sweetened beverages now. I want to advise, as a clinician, dietitian, and somebody who has very keen interest in population and health, and then its dynamics, we have to reduce the intake of sugary beverages. Why? High sugar causes saturation in the blood. It doesn't mean when you take it, it works for you. It might work for you today, tomorrow it won't do. So when your system is saturated with sugars, at a point in time, your pancreas is supposed to secrete insulin that goes and open your muscles for what's the name, the sugar to enter. It won't do that again because there's excess of the sugar in the system. So what we are saying is that all of you who take a lot of sugar must limit the intake of sugars. And the energy drinks are all laden with sugars. I see people, trot drivers and all of that, drinking them early in the morning. When I see you, I caution you, please, this is not good. Some of them understand, but they are like, oh, because they need the energy to move on. Now,
so it mustn't be a lot. You have to take them, but not too much.
You don't necessarily have to take those energy drinks to do your work in a day. You already have energy from the food you've eaten. Brace. You don't need to do that. You need a caffeine, excessive caffeine in your system. No, that's not what we are talking about. Now, there's also a portion of it that talks about tobacco and alcohol use. I would have forgotten it.
Okay.
We have to limit tobacco and alcohol use. About 5 to 7% of Ghanaians are still smoking in the rural areas, in the bars, in the drinking spot. Tobacco is a known predicator of NCDs, stroke, and hypertension. Excessive alcohol is a major contributor to 1, obesity, 2, hypertension, 3, diabetes, and then stroke. So if you're an alcohol consumer, I advise that you limit the alcohol intake. Some people will ask, limit to what? For a man, it is advised that in a day you can take 1, maximum 2.
Of what? Is it
of 7? I liked that question of what I thought. No. So the quantification is that 350 mils.
Oh, okay.
That's about a beer or so, a beer bottle, if you're a man. Because of the nature of man, your activeness, whatever you do, and how your system, your metabolism. Basically, a lot of men have higher metabolism than women. So it is advised that if you are somebody who constantly consumes alcohol, take 2 bottles in a day. And then for a woman, just 1 bottle in a day. Okay. So that you don't cause your system to malfunction.
When someone gets stroke, there's something called a CT scan.
Yes.
Right? That's what the first thing they do.
Yeah.
How many times should that be done? Or can I go and do CT scan even as I sit here?
So, okay, that leads me to my next topic, which we have to look at how we can identify strokes. Now, we call that FAST. The Ghana Health Service System, or Ghana Health Service, has designed or come up with a system we call the FAST system. FAST means, it's an acronym, right? Is when you want to see somebody have stroke, or quickly, as I'm here with you, if something happens to me and then you want to know whether I have stroke, the first thing is my face drooping? When I say drooping, can you see any physical sign that I can't smile anymore? I can't talk anymore, right? It's a very quick sign. Something is wrong with me, right? So that's the first FAST. The first one, face drooping. The second one is the arm weak, perhaps your left hand or your right hand. Suddenly you cannot lift it, or your leg, you cannot lift it. It's just gone, numb, weak. You have to report to the nearest hospital or clinic that is around. Call. The third one, which is S, is slurred speech. Difficulty in speaking. If any person has a difficulty in talking, immediately make a call. Perhaps he wasn't like that, but within a time frame, you've seen that something has just changed about the person. He's trying to speak and then there's a difficulty. The quick thing you have to do is call the appropriate authorities or try to, before it hits the brain. That's a sign. So the T stands for time. How quick you send the person to the hospital is how fast the person can be saved.
Okay. Time is of essence.
Yes. Now, the research is telling you and I that without expert intervention, 3 out of 4 stroke patients are likely to die within the first 5 to 8 years. If somebody has stroke, and there's no quick within that short space of 48 hours, there's no care, medical care, the person is likely to lose his or her life within the next 5 to 8 years. Some people don't even last. I have witnessed people in Kolebu die immediately within 2-3 days, and they pass on.
Okay, so people should be regular.
Yes. So your question of scan, you can go in there and walk. You just walk in there and say you want to do a scan. They will ask you questions. Do you feel anything within your system that needs a scan? We don't need to expose you to such certain race, all right? Okay. But then if you physically or personally request that this is what I want to do, the doctor can't stop you from doing it. They will do it for you because the patient has a right to self-examination.
Okay, all right. I'm grateful to you for coming through.
Thank you very much.
This talk. I hope that we can do this again some other time.
Sure.
Prince Ishmael Dima, thank you for coming.
Prince Ishmael Dima.
It's Dima, eh?
Yeah, it's actually, you know, his silent name is Dima.
Dima? Okay.
But a lot of you...
Ishmael Dima.
Yeah, thank you very much.
We'll
yes, sure.